This is YSM Sports Media. Want to thank you for all your love and support. Really appreciate it. We wouldn't be able to do this without you. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button right now and click the notification button for all future content.
Here with national champion Salim Bey. What's good, Lane?
I'm straight, chilling, training.
All right, coming off a winning gold at the U.S. Nationals. How you feel?
I feel great. I just want to keep training, keep the pace up.
All right. So, what do you feel like the biggest difference between your first national and to this one? You bring home the gold, obviously.
Well, at my first nationals, I made a big mistake. Not during the nationals, but at that nationals. I got overconfident and I went on a few losses. And I don't want to make that same mistake again. I'm keeping up the pace. I'm trying to keep working how I was before nationals, and I just want to keep up the pace for as long as I can.
So basically, back to basics.
Back to basics.
Keep it simple. All right. Now you're trained by your dad, right? What are some of the pluses and minuses to being trained by your father?
Well, I don't think there's no minuses to be trained by my father. Me and my father get along very well. We're on the same mindset almost 100% of the time, and I can really train whenever I want. If I tell my dad I want to go train, if I want to go run, I can be like, yo, Dad, let's go work out. He'd be like, cool, let's go. Feel me? Like, I can train whenever I want, and it's a freedom training. It's all pluses. I don't have no minuses to training with my dad.
Now, are you saying ain't no minuses because you don't want to get in trouble or because
No, I'm dead serious. Me and my dad don't get into altercations about boxing and anything.
Okay.
We used to, but that's because I wasn't listening. That was because of me. Now that I'm listening, now that we're on the same track 100% of the time, we don't get into no altercations about boxing. We're always on the same track. So whenever I want to train, wherever he wants to train, we're just on the same mindset. If he tells me to come train, I'm going to go train. If I tell him I want to go train, he's going to come with me. Feel?
All right. Do you feel like that's a sign of your maturity or your maturation process?
It's like,
For you listening now?
yes.
Wow. So, Lean, what's next? Right?
Silver gloves, end of August.
Okay. Now, you took out the #1 and #2 fighter in the tournament, right? Is that the first time that's happened with you?
Yeah, but that's because I had to fight from the back of the bracket. I wasn't seeded at all.
All right, so what did you learn from those two fights?
From those two fights, with the knocking off the #1 seed, I had to not get overconfident. I knew he was the best fighter in the 80s. I knew he was the best fighter in the weight class, but I still had to fight 3 more times, so I couldn't get overconfident. I felt like from that fight, I learned a lot. It was a lot of things that I took up from that fight.
Now, was there any all right, so you had Owen Miranda, he was #2, and Finest Cummins was #1.
Right.
Like, what is the biggest difference between those two as fighters, and did you have to approach those fights differently?
I had to approach those two fights totally different. Those fighters are two different fighters. I respect their styles very much. Owen Miranda is a come forward, aggressive style fighter. And Finest Cummins is a long step back, try to outbox you type of fighter.